The demand for Maratha Quota is in its final struggle as per Maratha activist Manoj Jarange Patil. Even though the demand for reservation quota by Marathas is decades old, the quota agitation leader has been mounting pressure on the Maharashtra government in the recent months with widespread agitation across Maharashtra. Manoj Jarange Patil has claimed that over 2 crore people from the Maratha community will come to Mumbai in a show of strength on the 26th of January and reiterated that he would sit on an indefinite hunger strike for the reservation demand. He had set out on a march towards Mumbai from the Jalna district on the 20th of January with thousands of supporters joining him en route. In light of which, the Bombay High Court has now issued a notice to Manoj Jarange Patil and put the onus on the state government to ensure day-to-day life is not disrupted. Meanwhile, the Mumbai police have issued orders banning the assembly of 5 or more persons and processions in the city till the 6th of February. The latest protest, remember, comes even as the Supreme Court is hearing a curative petition filed against the top court's 2021 decision to strike down reservations for Marathas as the reservation breached the 50% limit. My colleague Abhishek is joining us with more on this. He's been tracking these Maratha Quota protests for us. Abhishek, Manoj Jarange Patil yet again on the streets and thousands of supporters behind him asking for reservation for the Maratha community. This, of course, also comes at a time when Manoj Jarange Patil has said that they will be gathering in Mumbai on Republic Day. But the Bombay High Court has now issued a notice that they do not have the permission to gather there. What are they saying? Do we have any word from them? What is their plan? What is their strategy ahead?
Let me tell you one thing, as of now, what the Mumbai police sources have told us, just today that the Bombay High Court has taken cognizance of the entire matter and a notice has been issued to Manoj Jarange Patil. In fact, it is the responsibility of the state government to maintain law and order and also see to it that the regular life should not be disrupted. So, something will be worked out whether a place will be allotted to them and also a bracket on number of protesters to sit in a particular area is something that can be discussed tomorrow by Mumbai police. One thing. Second important thing, definitely this is not for the first time he is taking out the protest. This is happening for the third time, and this third time is on a foot march from Jalna to Mumbai, and just one day is left. He will be marching to Mumbai day after tomorrow, and definitely it's a big concern for Mumbai police, in fact for Maharashtra government. On the other side, every effort is being made by Maharashtra government to convince him that he stops his march and he takes back his protest, because all the efforts are being done by the Maharashtra government. In fact, curative petition, as you pointed out, is pending before Supreme Court. And in February, first week of February, there will be a special session taken by Maharashtra government to give Marathas the reservation that they desire. And most importantly, State Backward Class Commission has started its survey from yesterday onwards, and a war footing survey is going on for 7 days till 31st of January. So definitely it's a big challenge that Maharashtra government is awaiting on the 26th of January, when he will march with lakhs of people in Mumbai. We will have to wait and watch out for how it will pan out on that day. But definitely from both the sides, it's a big challenge for Maharashtra government whether they will be able to, take care or, manage the entire situation when the huge crowds comes in Mumbai. Back to you.
All right, Abhishek, thank you very much for joining us right now and getting us the latest on that. Let's also see, of course, how the 26th of January will pan out in Mumbai as Manoj Jarange Patil-led agitation reaches the city. But right now on the broadcast, let me also welcome Asif Bamla of the BJP and Kishore Tiwari of Sena UBT joining us. Good evening. Namaskar to both of you. Asif Bamla, let me start with you. 2nd January was the date that the government had given to fulfill the demands of the Maratha community regarding their quota. What has happened? What has led to this agitation again? Why is it that the government has not been able to fulfill the demands?
You see, I'm sure we're aware, and we've spoken a couple of times in the past also, that the initiation of granting this quota of Maratha reservation was done when Honorable Shinde-Fadnavis ji was the Chief Minister of the state. He put his might together. He also ensured that the entire opposition was in an agreement for this, which of course did come on a common platform, and the entire arrangement was done in such a way that the execution had been put to a level where it was nearly on its way in the right direction. It was very unfortunate that the 2.5 years of power that we lost in between when the UPA government came to power, they were asked a couple of queries, couple of information, and the informations were not rightly given, nor were they rightly defended. जिसे कहते हैं ना, कानून की चौखट पे इसको हमें कोर्ट में यदि हम पेश करेंगे तभी जाकर उसे कोर्ट जो है सम्मान्यता देगी और उसको मान्यता देगी. Unfortunately, that did not happen. But anyways, what are bygones are bygones. You cannot cry on what their shortcomings is. Coming back to when we came to power, again when we had Devendra ji and we had Eknath ji back in power, they have been struggling to ensure that we have this, because this is not something with Manoj Jarange Patil wants it, okay? He is a face and he is trying to utilize his own and seek his own laurels. I have no reservations on that. That's his issue, that's his problem. The real problem is that the Marathas should get their reservations, for which the Bharatiya Janata Party was, is and will be binded. And for that, we are not only ensuring that, we are ensuring that there's a special session done. The Chief Ministers announced a special session to be held just to discuss and to approve this thing. And now we have heard that the Supreme Court has decided to consider a curative petition also. I think today it was filed also. But if you see, courts work in the form of court. If there is a decision by a court, we cannot be as a party, we can't be taken to ransom. We are not responsible. We can't tell Justice Chandrachud.
But Asif Bamla, when you knew that all these processes and procedures take time, legal procedures, political permutations and combinations, why was the 2nd January deadline given then? Then you should have technically said that we'll take a longer time.
See, if it was within our control and within our arrangement, and had this matter not been in the court due to shortcomings of the previous government, we would have not even asked for December, for January, February. We would have announced this as the first triumph after we came to power, with Eknath ji as the Chief Minister and Devendra ji as the Deputy Chief Minister. But we can't. We have restrictions. There are restrictions to the number of reservations allocated statewide. It is not within my hands, and it was not even in the hands of the previous government. But the flaws of the previous government is something the Maratha community will not forget. And that is the reason why today people like Jarange Patil, Manoj Jarange Patil वगैरह जन्मा है. किसने सुना था मनोज जारंगे पाटिल जी का नाम? कौन जानते थे उन्हें? आज उन्होंने इसलिए वो उतरे हैं क्योंकि उनके साथ अन्याय हुआ, अत्याचार हुआ. पिछली सरकारों ने उसे बराबर से बिठाने की कोशिश नहीं की, जिसके फलस्वरूप ये हुआ कि आज ये कम्युनिटी डिप्राइव हो रही है. लेकिन डिप्राइव ज्यादा देर तक नहीं रहेगी, इसका भी मैं आश्वासन आपको आपके माध्यम से दे रहा हूं. और दिस
ठीक है. Okay, Asif Bamla, we've heard you. Maratha quota that we are holding on this broadcast. Let me get in Mr. Kishore Tiwari now. Kishore Tiwari ji, you heard Asif Bamla. He's saying that this situation wouldn't have arisen if the earlier governments would have taken notice and paid heed to the demands of the Maratha community, and the fact that the current government is now, there has been a curative petition. They are also holding a special session. The survey starts tomorrow. These are efforts that the government has made to fulfill the demands of Manoj Jarange Patil and the community members.
श्रेया उपाध्याय, I would like to add something. मुझे एक बात ऐड करनी है कि पिछली सरकार ने निर्णय लिया, कोर्ट में उस निर्णय पर आक्षेप लिए गए, बाद में कोर्ट ने उस निर्णय को स्थगित कर दिया और रद्द ही कर दिया. और कोर्ट में अब ये आसिफ कह रहे थे कि हमने वो बात बरोबर वहां पर रखी नहीं, या फिर उनको हमने इंफॉर्मेशन कम दी, या उनको कन्विंस कर नहीं पाए। चलिए, हमारी सरकार तो चली गई, अब इनकी सरकार भी 18 महीने से है। मनोज जरांगे पाटिल को भी इन्होंने 2 बार आश्वित किया, अब 2 जनवरी का भी बताया था। अब मुझे बताइए, ये प्रोफेशनली टैकल करने की सेंसिटिविटी इस सरकार में है क्या? हाँ, और हमें दोष दे रहे और 18 महीने में आपने क्या किया? और आंदोलन होने के बाद आप जब कहते हैं कि नवंबर में हो जाएगा, दिसंबर में हो जाएगा, जनवरी में हो जाएगा, तो आप इनको मिसलीड क्यों कर रहे थे? अब ये आक्रोश जो सड़क पर मुझे दिख रहा है, हाँ, देखिए, सभी पार्टियां चाहती है कि जो अविकसित घटक है मराठा कम्युनिटी में, उसको आरक्षण मिले। और सरकार ने कदम उठाए हैं, जिससे एजिटेटर लोगों का समाधान हुआ नहीं है। अब 2 मार्च के 2 जनवरी की बात थी, 26 जनवरी आ गई। अब मुझे बताइए, इनका जो बैकवर्ड कमीशन था, उसका सर्वे इन्होंने मार्च चालू होने के बाद चालू किया। अब मुझे बताइए, क्या 5 दिन में ये सर्वे कौन-सा ले आएँगे? और अभी ये बता रहे कि हमने कोर्ट में क्यूरेटिव पिटीशन किया। आपने जब प्रॉमिस किया, तो आपने जरांगे पाटिल को कॉन्फिडेंस में लेना था। अब मुझे लगता है ऐसा कि एकनाथ शिंदे वाली जो सरकार है, वो सरकार मराठा को आरक्षण देने में सीरियस है या नहीं, यह डाउट उस कम्युनिटी में आया है। मेरी पार्टी का मैं स्टैंड बताता हूं कि
ठीक है।
हम लोग मराठा कम्युनिटी को आरक्षण मिले इसके पक्ष में थे। इन्होंने कहा कि हमारी सरकार रहते हुए ये हुआ वो हुआ, तो ये तथ्य इन्होंने कई बार रखे, लेकिन 18 महीने से तो इनकी सरकार है, ये क्यों नहीं कर रहे? उसमें जो टेक्निकल खामियां थी, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल प्रोविजन के बाहर जाके करना था, तो ये सब चीजें आंदोलनकारी और सरकार में हुई नहीं। हम लोग तो अभी ये देखिए, जरांगे जी का जो भी आंदोलन है, वो गैर राजकीय है। खुद होके वो आंदोलन कर रहे हैं, उनसे बात कौन कर रहे हैं? गिरीश महाजन, एकनाथ शिंदे खुद, और देवेंद्र फडणवीस तो उससे 2 हाथ दूर रह रहे हैं। ये नॉन सीरियस लोग हैं। ये लोग चाहते नहीं कि वंचित लोगों को न्याय मिले। मैं अभी
अच्छा,
बता
ठीक
रहा
है।
हूँ, अगर इनसे होता नहीं है तो ये
ठीक
सत्ता
है,
छोड़
ठीक
दे।
है. Before I get
हाँ,
Asif
हम
Bhamla to respond to this, let me also get in Varun Singh, political analyst, who's joining us on the broadcast. Varun, good evening, namaskar.
Good
What do
evening.
you make of this, Varun? This Manoj Jarange Patil leading the agitation yet again. He's on the streets once again, also saying that he will be holding an indefinite hunger strike yet again because so far their demands have not been met and the government had given a 2nd January deadline.
Let me correct every one of you. The 2nd January deadline was set by Jarange Patil, not by the government. The government had said the petition is going on, and they had even
But the
started the
government
census
agreed to it,
in the
Varun,
state.
isn't it? The agreement happened because the government also was in
No, no.
agreement.
The
Whoever
government just
gave that
said,
deadline, the government did
no, no.
agree to
The
it. That's
government
why
never.
that's how
The
the hunger
government.
strike was called off that time.
Let me be very clear. And I would quote Times of India itself. There are several articles which have stated Jarange Patil took back his fast and set the deadline of January 2, and he said, I will start another protest if it isn't met. As a person who understands law and as a person who resides in Mumbai and has been seeing Maratha reservation, there is no denial that the Devendra Fadnavis government did give the Marathas reservation when he was in power, and Uddhav Thackeray's Sena was in alliance with Devendra Fadnavis at that point of time. But in the 2.5 years, when it was challenged in the Supreme Court, sorry to say, from Maharashtra government, the petitioners weren't satisfied, neither the court was satisfied, and hence this particular thing was taken off. That one more important aspect is the government has started census. It is carrying out census in the state also, and within few days, I'm sure there would be a way out for this. And a request to people who are protesting. 26 January anyway is a sensitive day for most people because of Republic Day. When they come to Mumbai, everyone will be welcomed properly, and please, they should be following. As a Mumbaiker, seeing so many things happening in the last 2-3 days with attacks in Mira Road and other areas, it is very hard. It gives a sense of fear in me. I hope that nothing goes wrong and the police and the administration takes it in a proper way. And talking about the reservation, the government of this time is serious about it. They were the one who first gave the reservation, and they are taking steps. Curative petition has been accepted in the Supreme Court. You know that courts take their time. Courts have to see all the evidences that are going to be presented. Maharashtra government has a committee set up. They are doing things needed for the Maratha reservation. And I'm sure, and no question about Jarange Patil, where he came from. I do not agree to Asif Bhamla saying, how did Jarange Patil came up? Absolutely any person in this country can protest, can demand anything. And here there are people under the economically weaker section, even in the Maratha community, who need reservation, and they will be given. There is a straightforward answer to it. The government is doing it, the government is working on it, and it will happen soon.
Varun, let me also then ask you to help us understand how the court would consider this case, considering the fact that in 2021, Asif Bhamla ji, I'll come to you. Just one, understanding from Varun. How will the court then see this case? In 2021, it had struck down the reservation because it was exceeding the 50% limit. What changes now? What changes legally? How does one put forward this case then?
See, there are other ways to get reservations. Economically weaker section quota has been there, and I'm telling you again and again, whatever I know of the government and the way the work is being done, there will be no reduction in other reservations. The 50% quota, if I'm not wrong, I do not have the exact figures, but there are states where reservation above 50% are there. So it isn't something that wouldn't, there are precedences that have been set, and I'm sure based on that only Maratha reservation was given at the first instance by Devendra Fadnavis government. And again, on those bases, on those lines, if I'm not wrong, the government is thinking the curative petition is on those lines only, and the reservation will be given to Marathas in the state who need reservations. The economically weaker section of the community, of Maratha community, need reservation, and it would be given.
Okay, Asif Bhamla ji, you wanted to put across a point. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I want to correct Mr. Varun that I'm not against Manoj Jarange Patilji's demonstration. Of course, it's his democratic and constitutional right. He can certainly take, and for that, my government here is made eligible and elaborate arrangement to ensure that that there is all arrangements done, to an extent that even a vanity van has been provided. So don't even think that we are not in, we understand that this is ये एक संवैधानिक process है और हम उसके खिलाफ नहीं है. लेकिन मैं कहता हूँ कि ऐसे लोगों को मजबूर किसने किया और किन्ने ने मजबूर किया. आज हमारे मित्र जो शिवसेना से हैं, he and his associates are one of the tallest Marathas of the states who have been there from past 40 years. They didn't even have the imagination that Marathas should get a reservation. It is Devendra Fadnavis ji who took the step, who walked the mile, and who got this done. Okay, you botched it up, but you don't expect that the current government is going to botch it up. Why? Because we will not do things in a hurry. We will ensure that constitutionally, however it is right, we shall project a proper case to the Honorable Supreme Court, so that even Justice Chandrachud does not, because you see, earlier the courts have dismissed the plea. They found they did not find any exceptional circumstances of any extraordinary situation. So they did not allow this 12 or 13% quota for the Maratha community. But now we have again reapproached, and I am very confident that the mindset of the government, the intention of the government is pure, and we will ensure that. And we will certainly meet once this budget session is done, after it's approved once again in the assembly, and once again the court is going to reconsider. We will ensure that we build up a case. We won't be negligent. We won't have that lackadaisical attitude which the previous government had. कल हम नहीं चाहते कि कोई हम पर पिन पॉइंट करे. वक्त जाता है, हमने समय नहीं. We took a little time. We said December. We don't want demonstrations to happen as a government. because it's our duty to ensure that we serve the Marathas. We have some tall Maratha leaders in the Bharatiya Janata Party. But now that the situation is such, we have to ask time. And we, in a very logical and a democratic manner, have sent our very senior leaders to even talk to them. Our chief minister is personally talking to them, because this is within their preview. He himself was a Maratha. So if what Devendra ji is not talking to them, why is the Shiv Sena raising a finger? अरे आप भूल गए कि आप वही तो पहले व्यक्ति थे जिन्होंने विधानसभा में इसको अप्रूव किया. आपकी कमियां और कोताहियों ने इसको अंजाम दिया. लेकिन इस बार मैं आपको आश्वासन देता हूं इस मंच से. And let me tell you,
let me get Kishore Tiwari to respond to you. Kishore Tiwari ji,
delighted with this effort of the current government and Devendra Fadnavis ji.
Okay, which the effort needs to come to fruition. Okay. Varun, quick point, and then I go to Kishore Tiwari for his response.
The Telangana government in October 2022 hiked the reservation from 6% for scheduled tribes to 10%. It became 54%. It is there. So that is what I'm saying. There are precedences in this country where more than 50% reservations in the state government have been there. So it isn't something कोई आसमान से चांद सितारे तोड़ने की बात नहीं कर रहे हैं. There are precedences based on which it can be done.
Okay. किशोर तिवारी जी, आपको रिस्पॉन्ड करना है, प्लीज गो अहेड.
जी हाँ, मैंने सुना आसिफ आमला को, मैंने वरुण को भी सुना. वरुण ने ये बताया कि कुछ राज्यों में 50% के ऊपर आरक्षण है पिछड़ी और बैकवर्ड कम्युनिटीज को. तो आर्थिक दृष्टिया जो बैकवर्ड है उसमें मराठा को अकोमोडेट करेंगे या कुनबी जो ओबीसी है उसमें करेंगे. लेकिन वही लीगल टीम थी जो जिन्होंने केस प्लीड की थी जब देवेंद्र सिंह चीफ मिनिस्टर थे. वही टीम अब ये कहते हैं कि इन्होंने बरोबर फॉलो अप नहीं किया. अब मुझे बताइए, हमारे साथ जो मिनिस्टर्स थे, जो मराठा मिनिस्टर थे, वही चीफ मिनिस्टर है, वही डेप्यूटी सीएम है, वही तो सब लोग है. अभी बताइए 18 महीने से क्या फॉलो अप हुआ. और आंदोलन तो भड़क चुका है ना. आंदोलन में कोई, मुझे लगता नहीं कि हम लोग कुछ उसमें आग लगाने का काम कर रहे हैं. आंदोलन है, एक सीरियस इश्यू है, सेंसिटिव इश्यू है, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल प्रोविजन की बात चल रही है. मैं बता रहा हूं कि ये कहते थे कि हम इनसेंसिटिव है. अब मुझे बताइए कि आप आंदोलन में प्रॉमिस देकर बार बार आंदोलन उठाते हैं, फिर से आंदोलन होता है. तो अब इसमें अगर कुछ होगा तो इसके लिए जवाबदार कौन है? मुझे लगता है कि परिस्थितियों का आकलन करके ही मराठा आंदोलन को सरकार ने हैंडल करने में.
ये इशू जो है ये नया तो नहीं है, ये तो सालों से चला आ रहा है. तो आसिफ बामला की बात भी सही है कि जब आपकी सरकार थी तो आप लोग क्या कर रहे थे उसके बारे में.
एक मिनट श्रेया, में अभी अब आपने पूछा तो मैं बताता हूँ. हमारी सरकार तो 2.5 साल थी. एक मिनट मुझे बात करने दो. आसिफ मैंने आपके बीच में बोला नहीं. और एक बात थी कि हम यूपी में जब चुनाव लड़ते थे तो ये हमने इस बात को सपोर्ट किया था कि मराठा आरक्षण देंगे, और आर्डर दे दी और अध्यादेश निकल गया. अध्यादेश निकलने के बाद अध्यादेश को चैलेंज किया गया और अध्यादेश ये टेक्निकली बराबर देवेंद्र फडणवीस ने निकाला नहीं गया ऐसा कहा, और ये घाई गर्दी में हुआ ऐसा भी कहा गया. लेकिन ये सब चीजों को मैं चाहता हूं कि कोर्ट को कन्विंस करने के लिए अगर हम कमजोर पड़े तो अब इनके पास चीज है, ये मराठों को न्याय देंगे. अगर मराठों में, अभी आसिफ आमला जी ने कहा कि जरांगे जी विश्वास रखे कि हम इनको न्याय देने वाले हैं, तो जरांगे जी आप पे विश्वास रखेंगे ऐसा मुझे लगता है. और मुझे लगता है कि 2 करोड़ मराठा अगर तुम्हारे सरकार के खिलाफ प्रोटेस्ट के लिए आते हैं तो अच्छे दिन तो आए नहीं है ऐसे मुझे लगता है. आपकी सरकार कहीं फेल हो गई ऐसा लगने लगा है. मुझे लगता है कि आप मराठाओं के भावनाओं से खेल रहे हो.
भाग्य आपका है. Asif Bhamla, before you respond, let me also tell our viewers that the visuals that we are showing you on your screens are the latest visuals from Pune of the protests that are happening currently. Those visuals on your screen are from the Manoj Jarange Patil led agitation. Thousands have gathered on the streets. These visuals are coming in from Pune, the latest in the Maratha Quota agitation. They are proceeding towards Mumbai. They are expected to reach Mumbai on the 26th of January. That's Republic Day. The Bombay High Court, of course, has issued a notice stating that there is no permission, but the onus lies on the state government to maintain law and order if and when this gathering reaches Mumbai. But those visuals on your screens are the latest from Pune, where thousands of supporters and sympathizers of Manoj Jarange Patil are protesting for Maratha Reservation. Asif Bhamla, a quick last point by you, and then I'm going to wrap this up.
नहीं, this is a fiction of the imagination of Mr. Kishore के ये सरकार के खिलाफ नहीं है, ये उस फैसले के खिलाफ है जिसमें सरकार की भी नहीं चलती है। कोर्ट कचहरियों में आपको तो भरोसा और विश्वास नहीं है, हमें तो भरोसा है, और हमें भरोसा है तो उसका हम अंजाम भी लाके देंगे। लेकिन ये भी सत्य है कि कहीं ना कहीं आप या आपकी पार्टी कोई ना कोई भूमिका जरूर अदा कर रही है पीछे से, जो है उसको इस मूवमेंट को जो है एक अलग दिशा में ले जाने के लिए, या लोगों की या इस मराठा कम्युनिटी की संकल्पना को अलग दिशा में ले जाने। यहाँ भी आप सियासत करने से बाज नहीं आ रहे, लेकिन आप चिंता न करें, आपकी सियासत यहाँ भी फेल होगी और भारतीय जनता पार्टी आपकी सियासत यहाँ भी फेल होगी करेगी, और हम ये मराठा आरक्षण को दिखाकर ही आपके सामने चुनाव में भी जाएंगे। ये भी बात का मैं आश्वासन देता हूं। मैं
कब तक करेगी आसिफ बामला? लास्ट क्वेश्चन टू यू, कब तक करेगी? फिर you're giving assurances to the Maratha community members कि हो जाएगा, their demands will be fulfilled, but last time तो 2 जनवरी दिया था जिसमें सरकार ने अग्री कर लिया था, but this time
2050
हमारी तो कोशिश ये है कि यदि कल हो जाए तो हम परसों नहीं करें, ये हमारे इख्तियार में नहीं। You know how courts function, but we will put the best foot forward for a greater good, and we are positive. Our intentions are good and clear. That's why we have faith in the judiciary, which they don't have and the other parties don't understand. So that's nothing new and different for us as a Bharatiya Janata Party.
We'll have to see how it really pans out. But for now, of course, the big concern is those protesters reaching Mumbai on the 26th of January, and hopefully the law and order situation will remain in place. Kishore, Tiwari, Asif Bhamla and Varun Singh, thank you to all you gentlemen for joining us and sharing your thoughts on the latest Maratha agitation that we are seeing in Maharashtra right now. With that, we're slipping into a short break. News and updates will continue on the other side. Stay tuned to Mirror Now.